Yo, what's up, traders? Welcome to another training class. Today we are going to be looking at the 30-minute trading strategy. Okay, so basically, guys, what this entails, we're still using the Fibble Quantum indicator, but then I've added a trading indicator on top of it, okay, just to help us to filter out the trades on the 30-minute chart so that we can get more efficiency on the 30-minute chart. Okay, so that's pretty much what we're going to be looking at and looking for. And hopefully we're not going to take too long, but we're just going to take it step by step and see what's up. Okay, and for those who are on the stream wondering if this is going to be recorded, this should be recorded, guys. This stream, unless we get like interrupted, it should be available even after we finish, so you can rewatch everything and then you can just check this out whenever you have the time to. Okay, so guys, let's just get into this thing real quick without wasting any time. Okay, so these are the things that we're going to talk about today. Okay, we're going to talk about how to find the signals, the buy and sell signals. Okay, we're going to touch a little bit on the trading sessions, right? We're going to talk a little bit also about risk management, and then we're also going to talk about the mindset that you need to approach the market with, especially when you're trading on the 30-minute charts, guys, because it's a bigger time frame than the one that we used to. The trades could take longer, so you need to have the right mindset so that you can actually execute this to the best of your abilities, right? And then we're also going to touch a little bit on the market structure, and the market cycle as well. Okay, that's going to help us to actually determine like exactly when and where we'll enter into the trades. Okay, so those are the things that we're going to talk about today, guys. Um, I probably won't take long. I'm not going to take long, guys. Like, yeah, I'm not going to take long. I'll try not to. I'll try not to. Okay, but hey, sometimes when a dude be talking, you, we try to drag these things. Okay, but anyways, let's just look at the basics, guys. Right? Let's look at the basics. So, what do we need in order to, do the 30-minute strategy? Okay, so we just need two things, right? We need the Fibble Quantum indicator that you're all aware of, and then we need the additional indicators. Okay, that's gonna be placed on top of the Fibble Quantum indicator, right? Let's just move on a bit so you can see what I'm talking about. Okay, so this is the additional indicator. You're probably aware, but let's just go over it and so that everybody is understands what's going on. Okay, so this is what you're looking at right now on the screen. This is what has been added so that we can trade on a 30-minute chart. Okay, this is the indicator that is going to confirm to us whether or not to take buy or sell trades on a 30-minute chart, right? So we're not trading on a 15-minute anymore. We're actually trading on a 30-minute. Okay, so that's why this is also very important, right? And also another thing to note is also when we are using this indicator, the Fibble quantum settings have been also changed a bit as well. Okay, to make it possible for us to actually achieve what we want to achieve. Okay, so just a quick brief, right? Because I know some of you probably are aware, but there's a couple of things that you need to see here. You can notice that on the top of the price action, you can see that there's some green circle dots up there, right? And then you can see at the bottom there, you got some red circle dots, okay? So this is what we're going to be watching on a 30-minute chart, okay? So the green circle dot just simply means to tell us that we need to buy after it, all right? It's a confirmation to buy, and then it also tells you to get ready to buy as well. Okay, so when you see a green circle dot, it's just basically alerting you that there could be a buy signal that you can take after it appears. Okay, and then the red circle dot is just telling you to basically get ready to sell, right? And then it's confirming a sell trade, right? It's gonna make sense in just a bit. And guys, if you do have questions, don't worry, you can just type them in the chats. Um, you know, I will also be looking at the chats. Probably I'll answer some of your questions at the end. Okay. And yeah, let's just keep going. Yo, what's up, Sean? But anyways, let's keep going, guys. So here are the buy rules, guys. Okay. So another thing to note is that we've removed the 100 period simple moving average in this trading strategy. Okay. And then now we're using the additional indicators. Okay. We're not using the 100 period moving average for this particular strategy. Okay. The 100 period moving average is valid for the 15-minute strategy, right? Now we're talking about the 100 period simple moving average. I mean, we're talking about the 30-minute strategy. Okay. So here are the rules, guys, in order for us to buy. Okay. And we're going to look at some of these examples on the charts in just a bit. So to buy, guys, there needs to be like a formation of a green dot. Okay. We're going to have a look at that in just a bit. Okay. And then after the formation of a green dot, there needs to be either a buy trigger, right? It has to happen either at the same level of the green dot. Okay. It can be at the same level, or it can be above, right? But then now if there's a green dot and the price trigger like paints a buy level underneath the the green dot level, we're not going to take that trade. Okay, I'm also going to explain that in just a bit. All right. And then afterwards, guys, after we get our buy entry signal, okay, we can use our stop loss, and then we can use our take profit that the system generates for us on the 30-minute chart. Okay, because it's very important for us, guys, to know when to get into a trade and when to get out. Okay, it's very important, especially when we're trading these huge markets here. All right. So here's an image right here. And as you can see, if you look to the center of the screen, guys, there was in this particular case here, there was a green circle dot at that point there. All right. And then the market just played around a bit. The next day, it painted the buy and sell levels on 30-minute chart. Okay. So then now when the market triggered the buy, that was a valid trade for us because there was a green circle dot, right? And the price did trigger the buy at that current level right there. So that's typically what we're looking for if we want to get a buy trade. Okay, that's what you look for, guys. Okay, so this is typically what a buy signal would look like. All right, just save that in your minds. But you're gonna see a lot of these things in as we go along. Okay, let's see if we've got another example. Here's another example, guys. As you can see here, there was a green dot and then it formed another green dot as well. And then hours later, you can see that the market actually triggered the buy entry right there. Okay, so if we see the green dot on the left hand side and we see a trigger either at this level or even if it's above, okay, that's going to be a valid trade for us to actually enter buy, right? So this was a valid buy entry for us. Okay, and then as the market triggered right there, that's where we'd enter, and then we'd use the stop losses and the take profits that are generated by the Fibonacci quantum indicator. Okay, one thing to note, guys, if this buy entry triggered or if it happened inside, you can say this channel right here, like if it was just underneath this green circle dot, we weren't going to take that trade. Okay, so we want to take the trades either at the buy level or at the level of the green dot, or even if the buy entry appears above here, that's where we're going to take the buy trades. Okay, so it's a very simple approach. It just requires you to just keep focused. Okay, don't lose focus of what we're looking at. Okay, don't lose focus of what we're looking at. Okay, so now let's look at some examples of a sell. Okay, let me just scroll down a bit, and I'll share this PDF with you guys. I'll post it in my Telegram group so you guys can just see what's happening in this PDF. Okay, so now what do you look for, or how do you find sell trades? Okay, pretty much the same rules. It's just that it's in the opposite. Okay, so the first thing that you need to see in order to open up a sell trade, you need to see a red dot forming. Okay, you need to see a red dot forming, like we saw the green dot forming for buy. We need to see a red dot forming. Okay, and then after the red dot, we need to see a sell trigger. All right, we need to see the Fibonacci quantum trigger a sell entry level. Okay, either at that level or beneath the level of the red dot. Okay, and then we can use the recommended stop loss that the system gives us. Right, as we get into the sell entry, the system will give us a stop loss, and then it'll also give us a take profit level. Right, it's very important to know when to get out of the trade. Right, so it's very important to know when to get in and when to get out. Okay, so the stop loss and the take profit are our exit points. Okay, let's keep it simple. Let's keep it simple. Let's keep it G. Right, so if you look to the center here, you can see an example of a sell. Okay, this was on the US 30. So you can see there was a red circle dot that formed on the previous day, right? And then the price developed and formed another circle dot. Okay, and then it also formed like the price levels where you can enter, buy or sell. Okay, so then you see the market actually dropped and triggered that sell. Okay, and it was like on the level of the red circle dot, and it was beneath the previous one that actually just formed right there. So this was actually a valid trade, and then that's where you'd enter sell on a 30-minute chart. Right, you'd use the take profit levels, right, and then you'd use the stop loss that the system gives you. Very easy. Okay, and then also another thing to note in this particular example, the market continued to drop. It painted another red circle dot, right, which told us also to get ready for more sales. Okay, and then as the market progressed, it went up a bit, came back down, right, and then the system painted like some more levels. Okay, so as the market dropped, it triggered the next sell. So this was also a valid entry, and this was actually in Asian session, right? So as you can see, it triggered that sell right there, and this was also a valid trade because it triggered underneath this red circle dot. So it doesn't have to be at the same level for it to be valid. It can even be beneath where the red circle dot performs. Okay, and then obviously, as you can see, the market dropped. These are several hours, guys. If you notice, each of these candles here, these are 30-minute candles. So we're trading on a 30-minute chart, guys. All right, so that's how we keep this thing simple, and that's how we keep it pushing. Okay, so those are the rules, guys, that you use to actually um, determine buy and sell trades. Okay, let's look at a last example before we actually open up MT4, right, where I can show you guys just two examples on the chart of where the market actually gave us buy and sell signals. Okay, but anyways, if you have a look at where my cursor is right now, there was a red circle dot that formed there, right? And then later a green circle dot formed. So what this tells you is you buy at or this level up here, or you sell at or beneath this price level here. So as you can see now, in the middle, we don't do anything, okay? So the market or the system, the Fibo quantum indicator, right? It painted the levels for us on the right hand side. So as the market progressed, you can see that it was playing up and down, right? And then eventually it triggered that sell entry right there. Okay, this was a valid trade because of the previous red circle dots. And as you can see, the market dropped. These are like, if I can count this, 1, 2, 3. There's about 3-4 hours here of price movement here from the time we entered the trade to the time it hit take profit. So it was about 4 hours. Okay, and as you can see, the market dropped, guys. This was a valid trade because of that red circle dot that formed right there. Okay, and then the sell trigger that triggered over there. So you need to always constantly be looking for the green and the red circle dots so that you can get confirmations to actually buy or sell. Okay, very easy, guys, very easy. So now let's just jump into MetaTrader 4 real quick so that we can see these things happening if they happened on some of the charts. Okay, just give me a second. Let me see if I can't open up MT4. Okay, hold on. I'm using some streaming software. Right. Awesome, guys. So let's start with the sell example. Okay, this is a sell example. You can see that the market has been trending down nicely on the 30-minute chart. As you can see, this is the Euro GBP. Okay, and this particular method, guys, it works also on forex pairs. Okay, so your forex currencies, it can work as well. And then also my favorite, it works on the indices. Okay, so you can use this on indices and forex. Okay, not crypto. Crypto has a different mind. All right, so let me just zoom in, or let me not zoom in. Let's start here where I'm pointing at right now. Okay, you can see that the market had like a formation of a red circle dot right there, and then above it formed a green circle dot. So what that simply means is If now you get a green circle dot up here and the market goes up, that would be a buy trade for us. That would be a valid buy trade. And then we'd use the parameters. But as you can see, there was a red circle dot that formed there and the market came back down, right? Eventually triggered the sell, right? That's where it triggered right there. And then if we enter that trade, that's actually a valid trade because on the left hand side there was a red circle dot. Okay, so when we enter that trade, we use the stop loss parameters that the system gives us and then the take profits that the system gives. And as you can see, the market did drop. It painted some more sell levels. As you can see, like it painted some more red circle dots to confirm more trades to sell. Okay, so the market dropped and then there were more sell entries that formed, showing that this is actually a downtrend. And as you can see, there was a red circle dot again over there, showing another trade that we can enter after this retracement here. So the market did drop again. It did drop and then it triggered over here. As you can see right there, that was a valid sell trade because of that red circle dot. It went down, even gave us some more trades. Okay, you can see there was a red circle dot again. Okay, and then that one obviously went into profit briefly and then went up to retrace, hit the SL. Okay, but you guys get the point. So you look at the red circle dots right there to confirm your sell entries. Here's another one right here that happened today. There was a red circle dot that formed, and as you can see, the market, when it dropped like that. Okay, my computer just froze, guys. I don't know what's going on, but hopefully you guys can hear me and you can see. But anyways, let me see if it's back. Let me see if it's back. Let me see if it's back. Okay, it's back. Okay, as you can see, guys, there was a red circle dot that formed there. Price played around a bit, but eventually triggered the sell again. Today, this is probably London session. There was a trade, a sell entry right there, and then obviously the market went down, hit TP, and then right now, guys, the market is showing us that we should look for more potential sell entries. Okay, as you can see, so if there's like tomorrow, if there's a formation of a sell entry at this level right there, that's going to be a valid trade for us to sell, and then we'll go down like that. Even if it forms beneath that red circle dot, we're going to be looking for sell trades. Okay, but anyways, let's look at a buy example. I found some nice ones on the USDJPY. Okay, so if you look at what happened here, you can see that there was a formation of a green circle dot right there. The market pulled back a bit. Okay, after it pulled back, later it triggered the buy entry. So that was a valid trade, guys. So when you see something like this forming, all right, you see a green circle dot on the left hand side, and then you see the price trigger. Okay, that's where you'd enter. Okay, and then when you enter that buy, you can use the stop loss parameters that the system gives you, and then the take profits that it's giving. Okay, so as you can see, it played around, retraced a bit, played around, but eventually even went up to hit take profit 3, and then now it looks like it wants to go beyond. And now the next play that we're expecting, okay, we're looking at this green circle dot right here. Okay, if we see that green circle dot, what that's telling us is that later or tomorrow, if there's a formation of like buy and sell entries, right? If a buy entry happens at this level here, if the system gives us a buy entry there, that's going to be a valid trade because of that green circle dot, right? Or even if the buy entry happens above, that's going to be a valid trade. But then if it triggers inside here, inside between this green line and that red line, we're not going to take that trade. We're only going to look at trades outside of this sort of like channel. Okay, so those are the things that you look for, guys, when you're trying to get some buy and sell trades on the 30-minute chart. Okay, so it's pretty simple, guys. The rules are pretty much the same, but the difference is that now we're looking at a different thing that confirms whether we buy or whether we sell. Okay, now there's just a couple of other things that I want to talk about. All right, so it's also important, guys, to keep in mind these other things as well. Like we can't get around this, guys. Okay, hold on, give me a second again. I just got out of my. All right, so we can't get around this, guys. We have to also have in mind the trading sessions when we're trading. Okay, we know when to buy and when to sell, right? We're going to buy and sell according to our trading rules. Okay, but then also you have to keep in mind the trading sessions. Okay, it's very important to have the trading sessions in mind. Okay, like you can't just go in randomly, but you need to trade according to the trading session, because if you trade in the session or the relevant session, you're more likely to have more efficiency. There's probably going to be more activity in the market. So it makes sense to trade in the right session. Okay, like there's three main drivers of the forex market. You've got the London Stock Exchange, the London Open. You got the New York Open, the New York session, and then you got the Tokyo Asian session. Okay, so always keep in mind, guys, um, about the trading sessions when you're going in to find trades. Okay, and then the next thing that you also need to be aware of, guys, when you're trading on a 30-minute chart, this is like bigger than the 15-minute chart that we're used to. Okay. And sometimes these trades might take longer. So we need to go in, right? Use the proper stop losses, right? Use lot sizes that make sense. Okay. And obviously we need to use risk capital, right? So we need to use lot sizes that make sense. Okay, that aren't too crazy, because sometimes these moves, they first pull back before they go up. Okay, that's what the market does at times, so you need to also keep that in the back of your mind. And then also, guys, our mindset. Okay, when we're getting into these trades, one thing you need to know is that the expectation should actually be medium to long term trading. Okay, so the plays are much bigger, right? They're much bigger. And then with the moves being much bigger, sometimes the price might take some time for it to develop, okay? Which means that we might need to be in the trade a bit longer than what we're used to, all right? So then obviously when you get into these such trades, you need to have some sort of patience, okay? You need to have some sort of patience and some sort of emotional control, because sometimes the market might frustrate you. Like, let's say you open up a trade and then it's negative for several hours. Okay, but with this strategy, you're going to need to hold these trades, you know and usually they'll run about for like 2 3 days, right? Or possibly even longer than that. Also, sometimes it can happen in rare instances where the trades move like within a day. Okay, it just depends on what's happening in the markets, and what's basically happening in the trading environment, especially. Okay, and then, guys, lastly, is you have to also keep in mind the market cycle. You have to understand that the market. Let me just open something up for you guys real quick. Give me a second. You have to understand, guys, that the market just has like three main behaviors. Okay, the market can either trend up like that, or it can trend down like this. Okay, and then the final thing is that it can move sideways, like it can do consolidation. Okay, so then for our strategy to work, right, we need to trade markets that are doing this, either trending up or markets that are trending down. Okay, like that. So you also, like, when you approach the markets and you start doing your analysis and start looking for opportunities, ask yourself, is the market trending up, or is it trending down, or is it moving sideways? If the market is moving sideways, then you need to avoid trading. Okay, or maybe look at another setup where the market is actually trending in that particular instance. Okay, so you need to keep those things in the back of your mind, and you actually need to really really focus when you're trying to find these trades. So just keep that in mind, guys. Don't forget, the market moves like this. Okay, these are the general um this is the general market cycle. The market first starts with it trends up. They call this the markup, right? After it trends, it goes into consolidation, like a period of sideways movement. Okay, and then after that sideways movement, the market pushes down, right? And then that's called the market's markdown. Okay, so then we want to trade in these instances when the market is trending down and when it's trading trending up. Okay, that's not a pretty picture, but as long as you understand, it makes sense. Okay, and then one thing you need to know, guys, that after every trend, right, when the trend is tired, okay, because the market can't go in one direction forever. When the trend is tired, the market always moves sideways. It rests like that. Okay, so after a trend, always expect the market to move sideways, right? So in a sideways market, we apply a different strategy, right? We apply a different strategy in a sideways market. We always want to be trading in a trending market. right? Always keep that in the back of your mind, guys. Okay. So, anyways, guys, that's all I wanted to show you today. If you do have questions, just leave them in the comments. If you guys type really quickly, I might answer some of these questions right now on the live, or just leave it like when you watch this video, just leave the question in the comments. I will come back with a response as well. Okay. But anyways, guys, that's all I wanted to show you. I wanted to show you how to trade on 30-minute chart using the new additional indicators, and hopefully guys you learned something, and I hope that it did make sense to you guys. Okay, but it's a very easy and simple strategy. Okay, much needed for people who are interested in that longer term type of trading, less stress in trading, because sometimes scalping can be quite stressful. Okay, but yeah, anyways guys, thanks so much for joining the live. We will do another training. I'll just announce in the Telegram group, okay? And then I will upload the PDF in the Telegram group as well, so that you guys can follow, okay? But anyways, guys, thanks so much for joining up, and hopefully you learned something. I will see you guys at another live session. Thank you so much, guys. Enjoy the rest of your trading week, and good luck.